Yo, what's going on, guys? What's the word? It's Trev back in here to bring you another figure review. So I'm going to be doing a review today on the Marvel Universe Jim Lee Cyclops. So these figures just came out. It's from the wave that also has Apocalypse Series 3 of Marvel Universe. This is a figure that I really wanted to pick up. As soon as I saw the pictures of him pretty much at Toy Fair and all that, I really wanted to pick this guy up. A very nice figure. And we've had a Jim Lee version of Cyclops before in the X-Men Classics line, which was a 6-inch Marvel Legends figure, but it was nowhere near this nice. The proportions are wrong on it. I mean, it's got a lot of problems. You can watch reviews on that video or on that figure if you want. It's way too skinny. It's got a lot of problems. This figure, on the other hand, is pretty much very close to perfect. Very, very close to perfect. Now, I'm not a Marvel Universe collector at all. I have a few of them. I've just got a few that I've picked up, over time, throughout collecting, all that kind of stuff. And, I really just have not been able to get into the scale of the figures. The scale of the figures for me has been tough. The price is still high on them. Like this guy, he actually ran me $14, believe it or not, 14 bucks for this guy. This a figure being this small, but he's just such a nice figure that I decided I was going to get him, regardless of whether or not you collect Marvel Universe or not. Which, like I said, I do not. I find them to be overall Marvel Legends to definitely be no comparison really with these figures. Just because of the size and all that. But this guy is amazing. Definitely an amazing figure. Something that I think that any big-time X-Men fan would really want to pick up. As you can see, the colors on him are fantastic. The paint job on him is amazing. It's incredible the detail they're able to get into these smaller figures. Literally, their Marvel Legends figures, Hasbro's Marvel Legends figures, do not get this kind of detail. Not even close. I mean, it's kind of disgusting, if you ask me, that they're able to do this kind of shading with the blacks and the blue and different shades of blue and all this kind of stuff. You have yellow here, and then you have gold. Great colors here, gold around the brim of the visor there. Just fantastic paint job, fantastic colors. And they can't do this for the Marvel Legends figures. It boggles my mind. If you can do it on something this small, how can you not do it on something a bigger scale? Anyway, that's besides the point. This figure by itself is awesome. I was a huge fan of X-Men the Animated Series from the 90s. Really liked that show, and this figure is perfect for me. Absolutely perfect. With this figure, I'll probably actually build a Marvel Universe X-Men the Animated Series team. Just because we never really got in 6-inch a good Jim Lee the Animated Series team, and this is pretty much out of all the Cyclops figures I've ever had, and I have pretty much all of them. I have a lot of the older ones. I have all the Marvel Legends. I have the X-Men Classics. I have the Marvel Selects. I mean, I just pretty much have all the Cyclopses there are. This one is by far my favorite, for sure, regardless of the scale. Even though the scale is not my preferred scale, it's still definitely my favorite Cyclops. No question about it. I mean, the way that the colors just come together, you can see all the shading on the abs here, the shading on the muscles with the black and the blue, and the way that they, look at this. And here in the crevices, you've got little, shading of darker there. I mean, this would be hard to paint, even for a customizer. I do some customs here and there, and I paint and do details. This is better shading than I can do. It's really nice. All the different parts turned out great. The head sculpt is fantastic. It looks just like him from the cartoon. Just perfect. Marvel vs. Capcom style. You remember that? From those games 1 and 2 and the X-Men vs. Street Fighter series. It looks just like Psych. It just like Scott Summers. The bands all look perfect. This is loose. This is not a piece of it's not built right onto him, so you can move him. He doesn't lose any articulation as a result of that piece there. He's got a fist in the right hand, which it does turn, but it doesn't have any kind of like tilting articulation. You can't really tilt it. And then this hand, of course, is the pointer for the blaster, and you can get his optic blast. Pretty close, although it's not perfect. If you angle him just right and you turn his head this way, you can get it to pretty much touch, very close, which is good because some of you guys don't know. There are certain Cyclops figures where you literally cannot even get it close. This is about as close as you can get it. He's got it like this. The Marvel Select figure, you cannot get his hand to touch his visor. Not even close. So this one doesn't have that problem. It's pretty nice. It's not quite as good as the Legends in terms of you know, articulation, but it's still got good articulation. You can still get him in a lot of different poses. You got a ball joint in the shoulders. You got a swivel at the upper bicep. You got a joint, a long joint here, not a double, but at the elbow. Pretty good movement there. You know, turns at the wrist, that kind of stuff. And over here, the head's got good movement. It can look up pretty good. You know, it's got good up and down, and then left and right, of course, it can go, you know, 360, and it's very good there. And then here, he doesn't lose any articulation from this. He can still move, although you just kind of got to try to keep this straight. And then the waist turns. The legs, he's got these, you know, these I don't know what you want to call them, straps, I guess you could say. And these can, you know, kind of come up and down a little bit. Same with this here. One criticism of the figure, he's got this blue in here that they didn't paint on the joint, you know, and that really should be yellow. Even though, you know, it's not a huge deal, it's not that big of a deal, that definitely should not be blue, that should be yellow. But not a big deal. It comes with the, you know, the stand, Cyclops, number 10, you know, so that's cool. Anyway, guys, that's my review of the Marvel Universe Cyclops figure. Definitely, if you're a fan of the animated series, you're a fan of Jim Lee, you're an X-Men fan, this is a must-have, regardless if you are an X-Men, you know, Marvel Universe collector. If you're an X-Men fan, you got to get this figure. It's the best Cyclops we've ever had. It's a 10 out of 10. I don't believe it. I'm giving a Marvel Universe score a 10 out of 10. It's Trav saying peace, guys.